Hello and welcome. You're watching live stream. This is the one program that wants to hear your voice. We want to know what you are saying, what you are thinking, what is bothering you on this day. This is your show. Pick up the phone and call. And today we've heard you. It is the rising fuel prices. We know that petrol and diesel prices have now risen to 5.5-year highs. Yes, that is right. They are at 5.5-year highs. And in fact, this ironically, even as international food prices are dipping, so many people, of course, asking just what is going on. Just take a look at the kind of taxes that you pay in Mumbai and Delhi. We're going to bring up that graphic for you in just a bit, but just take a look at the kind of taxes that you're paying. That, of course, is what you're paying for fuel at the moment. But we're also going to show you a breakup of the fuel prices in Bombay and, of course, in Delhi as well, and just how much of that is actually going in taxes that are shared by the centre and state. It's a huge revenue earner, which is why, of course, no one wants to touch it. And that really is our big focus at present. We are asking this evening if this is the right time for emergency measures. Should taxes now finally be cut? So that is our big focus on live stream. We're going to just flash the question placard there for you. 8377 088377 is our number. Remember, you can call us. You can also tweet us at NDTV live stream. There it is. You, of course, need to do that and get in touch with us at the earliest, because we know that so many of you want to have your say. But before we go on, I want to just explain this taxes for you. I'm going to just run this graphic, if we can just have that graphic up. In Mumbai, for instance, of the 81 rupees 92 paise you pay for a litre of petrol, 60% are taxes. This is further divided into 20% central and 40% state taxes. Similarly, in Delhi, of the 65 rupees 31 paise for diesel, almost 46% are taxes, of which 20% is central and 27% are state taxes. So you can just imagine the taxes and the burden of these taxes on fuel, and just why none of that can now, all of that is now really beginning to pinch. Let me introduce my panel. R.S. Sharma, former chairman ONGC, is with us on the program, as is Ajay Bansal, president of the All India Petroleum Dealers Association. Thanks both for taking our time to speak to us this evening. But before we hear from them, we'll just go across to my colleagues in just a bit. Sam Daniels got us some voices from Chennai. Let's listen in. Oh, okay, so I'm sorry, I'm just having trouble playing that. But we're going to try and see if we can bring up that graphic for you on prices and state taxes. But let me just go across to you, Mr. Sharma, if you can come in at this stage. Now, all those who are asking just what is going on, look at the taxes that we have. I've just read out what we are paying in taxes in Mumbai and Delhi, for instance. Isn't it time to cut down these taxes, sir?
Yeah, absolutely, you are right. In fact, if you put it the other way, the same statistics which you mentioned, as against the basic cost, the tax rate works out to be more than 100%. In case of Mumbai, it would be probably that working out 120%. In case of Delhi, that is virtually working out 100%. With reference to the basic cost, you worked out, you gave the statistics, the total, the price. How does it, break up between the basic cost and the taxes? So, the way I'm mentioning, the dimension is much more serious, and especially from consumer point of view, I feel this is very, very unfair.
Okay, I take the point that you're making, but do you really believe that any of this will happen? Before I sort of hear from the rest of the country, I just want to ask you, do you believe that this will happen? Because, I mean, we know that this is a huge revenue earner. So one reason why that, we don't see anyone tinkering with these taxes.
Yeah, this question, I'm sorry, there's a light of momentary my end. Are you able to see me?
No, I'm just going to wait.
It will take less than a minute for the light.
So we'll come back to you when that happens. In the meantime, Imtiaz is sending us some voices there from Mumbai. Let's listen in.
जो पेट्रोल डीजल का दाम बढ़ा है, उससे क्या है कि महंगाई और बढ़ने वाली है. उससे कैसा है कि पर्सनल जो एक्सपेंसेस होते हैं और भी एक्सपेंस होने चालू हो जाएंगे. जो कि जो खर्चे होते हैं ह्यूमन्स के पर डे के और भी एक्सपेंस हो जाएंगे, उसको निकालना बहुत दिक्कत सामना करना पड़ेगा। अगर गवर्नमेंट इसके लिए कुछ कदम उठाती तो और बेटर रहेगा आने वाले टाइम के लिए।
Yeah, I think it's a problem altogether because of the price hike, a lot of things get affected, like your food products, your daily products as well. So I think the government should look into it and make sure it doesn't affect the common man.
Because of the recent petrol hike, I have curtailed a lot of expenses. So I'm not getting my car to my clinics. I practice at 5 clinics around the town, but I'm just taking my car alternate days out.
Due to the inflation in petrol prices, it is affecting in many sectors, like in kitchen or in transportation, like about every day-to-day life it affects. And I hope the prices will lower down in coming 1 or 2 years, probably after next election.
Right. We've, of course, heard from people. Ajay Bansal, you're the president of the All India Petroleum Dealers Association. That kind of anger that we see every time fuel prices rise is worried that they will have a cascading effect. So anger is rising, pressure is building. But do you believe that anything will happen? Should it happen?
See, the only hope is now GST. What our stand and as an association and public anger, we face the first when there is a price rise and the prices are going shooting up like a rocket, and the people are suffering from inflation. So no doubt they first stage is a petrol station where they react or they feel that they are paying more due to taxes and anything. But there is only one solution, is the GST. And GST, if it comes as GST, you can get a good, I think, price. And the customer and our public can be very, they will be happy if this comes GST.
Okay, I know what you're saying. Well, also lots of views coming in. This is something that affects all of us. We've heard from Mumbai. Chennai also wants to have its stay, understandably. Let's listen in.
The state government it levies 32% tax on petrol. So the current price of petrol is say 76 rupees. So if you calculate the tax, it might be around 24 rupees per litre. So you can imagine the amount of tax the state government collects on the petroleum and the diesel.
So it's a bonus for them every time there's a hike.
So every time there's a hike, the state government gets a bonus, and it obviously adds up to their revenue. So I feel when there's a price hike, to give an advantage to the consumer and to give a bit of a benefit to them, the state government should reduce the tax which they levy on the petroleum, and this way it will help the consumer and at least a bit of a relief.
And the centre?
And when you look at the centre I think it should try to bring petroleum and crude oil and all these areas into GST. So the total effect can reduce, and the entire tax will not go beyond 23%. So that way the customers can be at a better place.
Right. Thank you so much. So certainly well-informed youngsters consider the plight of the common man and don't take us for a ride literally. That seems to be their message. Hope the government is watching. In Chennai, Sam Daniel, Find TV.
Right, Mr. Sharma, that none of what people there are saying is unique. We can understand where they are coming from. This affects all of us. Now, I want to take you back to those taxes there. I just want to bring up those figures again. Let's see if we can do that this time. In Mumbai, of the 81 rupees 92 paise you pay for a litre of petrol, 60% are taxes divided into 20% central and 40% state taxes. Similarly, in Delhi, of the 65 rupees 31 paise for diesel, 46% are taxes, of which 20% is central and 27% state taxes. One can imagine that these are huge revenue earners, sir, but practically on the ground, given that the lakhs of crores that it earns both the centre and the state, slightly more for the centre, what do you believe are the options?
You see, if you look at from the centre as well as state government's point of view, it is very convenient to levy the taxes on these petroleum products. regulating, administering is very, very easy. Marketing companies, they collect the taxes and deposit the treasury. So that from convenience point of view, they feel this is a one product that is very, easy for them to go on raising taxes. So far as VAT is concerned, the way the crude prices are going up, it is ad valorem. So with the crude prices going up, with the product prices going up, VAT for the state governments has also been going up.
Okay.
So I would even raise the issue of the ethics. So ethics on the part of the central government as well as the state government demand that when at this point of time when the crude prices have been going up, they need to give relief to the consumer. When
I think the question is when do they wait till? I think the question is when do they wait till? When does it become too much? But our first caller is Dr. Manas Kumar calling us from Patna this evening. Thanks very much, Dr. Kumar. You want to make a point?
Yeah, I'm just a little outraged by this sort of, nonsensically increasing, and it is, increasing for last so many months continuously. My question to both of the panelists there is the government is making fool of the common man? Because they say they want to bring this, they want to bring this, they want to bring this. When they have everything, they can implement GST. Why they are still wanting it? Why they are not doing it?
That's a good question. Why aren't they doing it before? I mean, that's what, we've heard other people say as well. Mr. Bansal said that bring it under GST. Mr. Sharma, would you agree? Is that the answer you would back?
Look, that has been the demand from the industry right from the beginning. I was also heading this FICCI Hydrocarbon Committee and I'm still connected with them as the mentor. We have been repeatedly asking the government that bring this petroleum products in the GST. But we know neither the center nor the state governments, because they are agreeable. The kind of collection they have, this is the highest tax earner for the center as well as state governments.
Right, and that's...
So they don't want to forego their
absolutely
revenues,
and one can understand that, but how much is too much? When do they look at it and say there is no other option? Mr. Bansal, would you like to come in? I mean, no one wants to give up this fat cat, as it were, and one can understand that. But when does there come a time when they have to be forced to say that we just have to take a cut on this to ease the pressure on people? Mr. Bansal.
Yes. Yeah. See, as Mr. Sharma said, the government has only focused. See, government needs money, and this is the easiest way to get our sector. Petroleum sector is the only sector where the government feels or confident that they will get their target budgetary requirements. So I feel the government has to think on other sectors to collect their revenues. They have to give some other via media to collect the revenues, because they need, whenever this government comes against the not reducing price, they always take a development as a main thing where they need money.
Okay.
The petroleum sector is the only sector where they feel